Welcome back to my channel. Yours truly, Eddie GZ, back on duty. So for this video, let's talk about the all-new 2021 Kia K5 mid-size sedan. We all know that it's an all-turbo lineup and optional all-wheel drive. The 2021 Kia K5 mid-size sedan is here and officially putting the Optima name to rest in the US market. Adopting a badge used in global market for years, the K5 not only gets a new moniker, but a whole raft of new to Kia technologies, including an all-turbo powertrain lineup, available all-wheel drive, and an optional 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. Now, those features help the 2021 Kia K5 distinguish itself from the closely related Hyundai Sonata, giving it a more aggressive mien than its gracefully modern corporate cousin. Whether the alterations made for 2021 justify a name change is the subject of much debate, but it's hard to ignore the K5's newfound presence. The Tiger Shark. Styling-wise, the K5 shares little with the Optima it replaces. A wider of the brand signature Tiger nose grille dovetails deeper into the headlights, and a bold lower air intake in the bumper gives the front end a slightly glowing sneer that we like. The leading edge of the hood is contoured to fit the grille, surprising detail in an era when many mid-size sedans have an unattractive panel gap between the front fascia and the hood. New LED daytime running lights have a heartbeat pattern that will spread to other Kias in the near future. And the forward cant of the headlight reminds us very strongly of the 1999 Mitsubishi Galant. Not a bad thing given that sedans is pretty stylish during its time. The pointed front end gives way to an upward sloping hood with a strong shoulder line generating from the front wheel arch and continuing all the way to the taillights. A rising character line along the rocker panels is rather crisp, and the Optima's unusual chrome strip along the roof line carries over to the 2021 K5, which boasts a much more aggressive fastback profile than ever. A profile largely free of extraneous body surfacing and the vaguely shark-like appearance. Not a bad thing for a style-conscious consumers. Now, the rear end isn't as well composed as the front, with LED dashes cluttering the full-width taillight panel and an obviously fake pair of vents on the rear bumper corners. However, the chrome roofline trim wraps underneath around the rear window glass, a feature that we think is daring and attractive. We do wonder, however, if the fastback styling will pinch the trunk opening too much, the sacrifices one must make for style. Wheel options will include 16, 18, and 19-inch alloys, the former likely earmarked for the base K5 LX, and the latter two offered on the LXS, GT line, EX, and GT. Steel wheels have been relegated to the scrap heap, which might help win over some base model shoppers, such as the Toyota Camry 2020 LE and the Nissan Altima S get 16-inch steelies, for example. Let's talk about the engine. The 2021 Kia K5 features an all-turbocharged engine lineup that starts with a base 1.6-liter inline-4 with 180 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. The Sonata's optional upgrade power plant, matted to an 8-speed automatic gearbox. The 1.6T will be standard on all trims, but the late availability GT giving the majority of the K5 lineup nippy, but not overly exciting performance. The 2021 Kia K5, those who demand more sport from their mid-size sedans would do well to wait for that GT, which will come standard with a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. The GT should be substantially more exciting to drive than its siblings, more so given its Kia first 8-speed dual wet clutch transmission. Developed in-house, the DCT should offer a lot more driving verve than it's common in the mid-size sedan market. Kia estimates a 0 to 60 time of just 5.8 seconds, not far off from the Stinger GT. The 2021 K5 will also be the first front-drive Kia sedan to get all-wheel drive, available in late 2020. The system will be offered on the LXS and the GT line, boasting electro-hydraulic operation and a driving mode specifically tailored for snow. Kia didn't mention if the powerful K5 GT would get forward-driven wheels, but we'd hope. So given his sporting predictions, also unknown is the status of the K5 hybrid variant. We'll expect one given how much we enjoyed our week in a Sonata hybrid. The new K5's interior looks as sporty as its exterior, thanks in part to the flat-bottomed steering wheel on the GT line and the GT trims. Contributing to the energetic feel of the new cockpit is a large conventional gear selector that Kia says was inspired by aircraft controls. And the infotainment screen dovetails neatly into this instrument binnacle for a driver-centric layout. The company also promises unusual styling features like available red leatherette, satin finish metallic trim, contrast stitching, and a wood-like accents on the dashboard, depending on the trim level, of course. At least Kia is honest about that latter feature not being genuine. The interior features include a standard 8-inch touchscreen infotainment screen with a 10.3-inch unit optional. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto also come standard, although surprisingly only wired smartphone mirroring is available with the larger infotainment package. The Kia DriveWise Safety Suite is standard on the K5, bundling forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, lane keep assist, and driver attention warning. Optional driver assistance features include blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, navigation-based adaptive cruise control, and lane centering assistance. As far as the space, based on the all-new N3 platform that, as already mentioned, underpins the Sonata, the 2021 Kia K5 is longer, lower, and wider than its predecessor. Exterior dimensions have been incrementally over the outgoing Optima at 193.1 inches. Overall length is up to 2.3 inches, with width up to 2 inches, and the 11.2-inch wheelbase is now 1.8 inches longer. Those dimensions are very close to the 2020 Sonata, which has a relatively spacious interior. We wish there were more legroom for rear passengers. Hopefully the K5's slightly longer wheelbase will help us out. The new platform also yields dividends in handling strength and rigidity. A lower center of gravity and revised suspension geometry should improve road hauling. Likewise, an increased average tensile strength for the steel used in the structure. Additional hot stamped parts help provide rigidity without adding weight, paying off in noise and ride comfort, handling, and safety. Speaking of noise, every K5 will come standard with an acoustic laminated windshield. The 2021 Kia K5 will go on sale this summer in LX, LXS, GT line, and EX forms, with the full-blown GT model coming in the fall. Pricing is still in question, though. We wouldn't expect it to start much more than either the 2020 Optima or the new Sonata. Plan on playing about $24,500 for an LX. The GT, however, would cost quite a bit more than any Kia midsizer ever has, perhaps slotting in higher than even the base model Stinger GT line at $33,000. Whatever it costs, we expect the K5 to still offer lots of style and features for the money, cashing in on both Kia's history as a budget, offering its hopeful future as a sportier Korean alternative to other brands. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yours truly, Eddie Jeezy. We'll be back on duty. Press that like button and subscribe. Peace, we are out.